my sister's, my big sister's little sister, and I'm reacting to this LD Shadow Lady video. And if you hear and I
choose to make it last. 2 ways to get the long-wearing brow you want. Color Stay Brow Pencil precisely fills and tames.
glitching.
My legs are so dry, they're scaly. It's like I'm part alligator and the tub is my swamp. It's here I spend my days splashing about.
Oh, this is the... Hang on. Hey guys, what's up? LD Shadow Lady here, and welcome to another Base Invaders challenge. This time, I have forced some different people to take part. We have Sasha, aka Vixella. Hello. Joel, aka Smallish Beans.
Hello.
And Ollie, also known as the Orion Sound.
Hello.
So you know the rules. We each have to build a base with traps, secrets, and challenges to slow down the other players as they try to invade the base and retrieve your skull hidden within. So we each start off with these square plots and we build our bases in secret. So the theme I am going for this base is Kawaii Castle. So I've got a nice selection of cute pastel colored blocks here to build out of and lull everyone into a false sense of security, thinking this place is nice and sweet, but inside it's full of traps and death. So here is the Kawaii Castle. It looks a little bit freaky, I will admit. So the first thing that we are going to start off with is a little room that will block them off from the rest of the castle. In here we will have an iron door leading to the rest of the house. But how do you open it, you ask? Well, there's going to be a little sheep here in the corner, just like that. Except he's going to be stood on a pressure plate. Now at the moment the pressure plate is not doing anything, so we need to do some little redstone and lead it all the way to the door here. There, so as you can see, the sheep standing on the pressure plate will open the door. But of course we want the door to be shut so that they actually have to do something to get through. So we're going to have to reverse the signal. So now the door is closed by default and it won't open again until the sheep is gone. Ta-da! See? So let's just cover this up to keep it a little secret for now. And replace the sheep to keep the door closed. So now maybe to you and me, the answer is obvious, you just kill the sheep to release the pressure plate. But to everyone else, I'm going to try and make it a little bit more confusing. So I'm going to add these item frames up here and put all the different taming foods in each one. And then maybe they will think that they have to tame the sheep. But no, there's actually a sword hidden right here that they will actually have to use to kill the sheep. I wonder if any of them will be able to do it. Who knows? We should even name tag it. That would make it even harder for people to be able to kill it. Here you go. Rainbow sheep! That will distract them even more. Now let's add some pretty carpet in as well. This serves no purpose. It's just cute. So I'm just going to put a lever here for now for my own use. I'm going to remove it before we let everyone loose in the house. But for now we need to make the next area. So I am making a corridor along here and I'm going to replace the floor with lava. And the way that they get across here is with trapdoors. But they're all going to be face down. So if they're smart, they will open up the trapdoor and parkour across. If they're not smart, they're going to make things a lot harder for themselves. And now this is part 2 of the lava parkour. So once again, I'm going to be using trapdoors. Except this time I'm going to set them all to the up position. So it looks super easy to get across. However, I'm going to hide tripwires in the walls that when activated will cause the entire bridge to collapse. Oh no, I'm trapped. So now we just need to test to make sure we haven't made something impossible. So if we jump over the first tripwire, then make sure we duck under this one, then we'll make another jump one. Now, I've actually figured out a way that you can kind of cheat and do this perfectly without failing. And all you have to do is walk along the very left side and then you won't fall through the trapdoors. So, you know, maybe if somebody's really smart, then they'd figure it out. But I doubt any of these guys are going to get through it. So I'm going to end the lava trapdoor antics right here, where our visitors will be greeted by a mysterious door. And of course, I'm going to do a little secret door thing right here to reveal the next stage. But if they aren't looking hard enough, they won't find it. So just to confuse them, I'm just going to put a single button here that doesn't do anything. So if they manage to figure it out and get through here, then the next part is a load of cacti. So let's start planting cacti everywhere. The next thing I have done is created a little maze above the cactus like this. And I'm just going to make sure that there are signs on every block. So that means that I can now place water up here and it will float. So we just need to make sure it's all full. And this water is how they are supposed to get past the cacti. Now, how are they meant to get up to the water, you ask? Well, I thought it'd be cool to use vines and pretend that the room has been overgrown with plants. So let's just fill this entire wall and put a sign that says, "The roof leaked. All this water made the plants grow like crazy." And then once they are smart enough to work their way through the maze, they just need to come out the other end and they'll be safe. Now I'm going to make a weird door, so it's like an iron trap door, so they can't get through until they unlock it. But it's not going to be as easy as pressing a button. Oh no. I'm actually going to make this be controlled by the button that I put all the way back here. So I know I said it didn't have a purpose and it was just there to confuse everyone, but now it has a purpose. So it's a lever, which means that they will have to flick it the right way. Otherwise, they will have to make their way all the way back here just to flick the lever to open the trapdoor. So let's put a sign here. I guess that lever does have a purpose after all. Now what I think would actually be pretty funny next is to make this floor all black. And in fact, make this whole area black so that it's really dark, so they can't really see what's going on in there. Now I'm going to add a little sign here that says, "You have entered a wormhole." And the next bit will say, "Please put on your protective headgear." And then I'm going to hide a chest up here, which will, of course, contain their protective headgear. But that will be kind of hard to find. Oh, no it won't. Chests are very bright. So as long as they have put their headgear on, they will be okay when they proceed through the wormhole. Wormhole entry imminent! So I'm going to put a pressure plate, and that is them stepping into the wormhole. Okay, so I finished setting up the command box down here. This one will test to make sure that our astronauts are wearing their protective headgear, i.e. the gold helmet, and if they are, it will teleport them to space. But not actual space, of course, you will see. So first of all, let's test it out without the helmet. Yep, I was not allowed to go to space, but if I put my helmet on, then it will. And as you can see, space has not been completed yet. Construction is still ongoing. So we just need to black out this entire room, make it look a little more spacey. Okay, now we have a nice and spacey room. I'm going to fill it with some little bright planets or something, and also some beautiful stars in the sky. And spoiler alert, I'm also going to hide my skull in here. And I'm going to hide it very sneakily over here. So they really have to go and look for it. But I'm not going to end the quest here because then they will just try really hard to search for my skull in here. So I'm going to pretend that the quest is not over. Lead them on a little bit of a wild goose chase. So it says, "Wow, this is what space looks like? The stars are so beautiful." But wait, who are those weird looking chaps over there? And then back here, I'm going to put this R2-D2 here and a Chewbacca. Because why not? And we'll make them say, "We need your help. Tickle Chewbacca on the belly." And I'm going to put a button here, and it kind of looks like his belly, so once they press that, they will be teleported away from here yet again, and they will end up on the roof up here. So let's put in the coordinates, and fill that in, and then teleport up here. So we need a sign now. That wormhole ripped a hole in the fabric of time. Just gonna put a note here, not scientifically accurate, because I have no idea what I'm talking about, people. I'm not sure how this whole kawaii castle theme got away from me and we've somehow ended up in space, but that's what's happened. So now that we're up here, the wild goose chase begins. So for the next puzzle, I'm basically going to have to direct them back to space, but I'm going to try and waste as much of their time as possible, so I'm going to do it in a very cryptic way. So let's put 5 item frames here, and then a sign that says, "Collect the items and put them in the correct frames to unlock the clue. So I'm going to put a block of wood above each one of these, and I'm going to rename each one. This is S. This one's P.